If like me you don't have the luxury of a heated workshop, then stick around. In today's video I'm going to show you 5 ways for under £100 to heat your workshop. Oh, it is very chilly in the workshop today. So yeah, as the intro suggested in this video, today I'm going to be hopefully insulating my workshop for under £100 and making this place a much nicer environment to work in the winter. So what exactly am I going to get done today in this video? So I'm going to show you around 5 things which you can do around your workshop to keep it warm, and to prove this point I'm also going to do a before and after with a little thermometer acquired from my little baby. Basically I'm going to run the heater now at the start of the video for about 10 minutes, come back, we'll see what the temperature here in the workshop is. I'm then going to go around, do all the upgrades as such to the workshop to keep it warmer, and then once that's done I'll run the fan again for another 10 minutes and then come back and check the temperature. Hopefully by the end of this video I'll have a warmer workshop than when I started. If not, I've thrown away 100 quid. So stay tuned guys, hope you enjoy. Toasty. Just come back in then after running the heater for 10 minutes, and currently here in the workshop we're 8 degrees, so it's pretty cold. So I'm going to turn the heater off now, it'll do for me in here, and I'm going to start doing the minor upgrades around the workshop to keep this place a little bit warmer. To start with then, we're going to use the good old expanding foam. I'm going to go around all the top of where the roof meets the wall, and we're just going to fill in all the gaps where it doesn't quite join up. So in some places we've got sort of like a 20-30mm gap, maybe an inch for you US guys, and that's letting a lot of cold air in. So I know this isn't the prettiest job, but just going along, giving it spray with this and filling up that gap should hopefully prevent any cold air from coming in there. So let's give that first one a little go. First little job done then, we've sealed up all the top of the eaves where the roof meets the wall, so that's all done. Next thing I need to do is very similar to that, but I need to seal up around this door frame. So as you can see here in the clip, all the light that you can see here is where we've got a gap between the door and the door frame. So I need to fix that. Obviously we can't have these two surfaces directly in contact with each other, otherwise when the door tries to open it's just not going to move. So I'm claiming this as a little bit of a 2-for-1 in the 5 things to keep your workshop warm, but I've got this product here which is a self-adhesive bit of rubber that you can put in between the sides of the door, and also got a draft excluder. So I'm going to cut this to length and attach this down the bottom of the door, so that way all the sides of the door should be sealed and the bottom of the door should stop any breeze coming in. So that's the next little thing to crack on with. Right, so I've used up absolutely all of that material, and I've got the side of the door sealed the best I can, and we're a little bit short on the bottom, but the majority of the draft excluder is covering the door. So that's those two things out the window. Now, moving on to number 4. This is a really big one, and it's going to be something, depending on the size of your workshop, it's going to take you some time. Wait there a sec. Insulation. So when I built this workshop, I put insulation all behind the plyboard that's on the walls. I didn't do the roof. I don't know why I didn't do the roof. Just at the time I felt it was summer, didn't need to do the roof. But I'm now going to get on with that and start getting the insulation up there. So hopefully this will go fairly smoothly, because I've got a big area to cover and it's going to be a pain if not. So just to cover some things before I get up there and start doing it, I'm using some Evo stick spray adhesive. I'll basically be spraying that on top of the roof, cutting this to size and sticking it up there, and depending on how it stays up on the roof, I might have to just run some string back and forth just to sort of act as a, I don't know, like a barrier almost, to stop it falling down. So let's see how that goes. Right then, I've got all the roof insulation all done now, and I've got to admit, a little idea that I came up with to hold all this in place has worked out really well. So instead of using string to make sure this didn't drop down, I actually had a load of old cinema posters left in the attic in the house, so I thought why not attach them to the rafters on the ceiling and hold it all in place. Gives the workshop just this awesome feeling. So that's upgrade number 4 that you can do. Insulate your roof to make sure your workshop stays nice and warm. So in the background then, I've got the heater going again to warm up the workshop and see how warm this is now all the insulation is done, and that actually is upgrade number 5. I know it's a little bit cheeky because it's not really an upgrade, but having a good working heater out in your workshop is going to make all the difference. So the heater I've got over here is a Sealy 2 kilowatt fan heater, and it's really good for this size of workshop. I don't really need anything else for this size, but I suppose if your workshop's bigger or got a taller ceiling, you might need a slightly bigger heater. So in the old workshop back in Cowes, I used to use a little gas heater that runs off the sort of deodorant size butane canisters, and that worked okay, but there was no fan to pump out that heat, where the new fan I've got for this workshop, it's got a heating element and a fan, so you get that hot air circulating pretty quick. So going to leave that running for 10 minutes, and when I come back we'll check the temperature here in the workshop. So I've just been in and made a cup of tea. It's been about 10 minutes now, so let's see what the temperature is. Turn this thing back on. Wow, that's pretty good. So we're at 11 degrees. That's pretty impressive actually, because quickly checking on my phone, yeah, the outside temperature here at the minute is currently -2 degrees, and here in the workshop we're at a comfortable 11 degrees. So it just goes to show having a good insulated workshop is going to make all the difference in winter. So with that being said, it's now tried and tested that we've increased the temperature here in the workshop by 3 degrees just by adding some small little things, all for what you can get from your local hardware store for under £100. That about sums up this video today then, guys. Sorry it's not really been a machining related video, but it was getting so cold in here I had to do something to make it more manageable, and I think we've achieved that as proven by the temperature test. So stick around for the next video. We'll be jumping back onto the lathe and getting the DRO install all finished. Thanks for watching. See you next time, guys.